The T20 World Cup is less than a month away. There is a lot of anticipation and nervous excitement because for the first time, the Cricket World Cup is going to uncharted territories, heading to the United States of America and the West Indies. The 20-team tournament is being co-hosted by these two countries and is scheduled to run from the 1st of June right up to the 29th. Squads have been announced, jerseys are being revealed, the practice sessions will kick off soon, and all the buzz is only about this one mega event. And there's another kind of buzz that struck some anxiety in the lead up to the World Cup. A terror threat has rocked the marquee event. The Cricket Board of West Indies is said to have received it. Now, who sent the threat? Reports say it was from a Pakistan-based terror group called ISKhorasan. This has undoubtedly raised concerns over the safety of players, officials, and, of course, the thousands of fans who will throng the many cricket venues across this month. It has heightened apprehensions among the stakeholders. This particularly after Keith Rowley, the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, confirmed that it was not a hoax and that security agencies were monitoring the situation.
Unfortunately, the threat of terrorism in its many and varied expressions is an ever-present danger in the world of the 21st century. It is against this backdrop that all nations, like our region, when hosting large or vulnerable gatherings, make an extra effort in national security preparations and response readiness to take seriously all threats, expressed or implied. Given the fact that bad actors can choose to misbehave in any way possible, it makes it virtually impossible to completely seal off all opportunities.
An admission that this threat is in fact real and isn't something that can be contained so easily. As of now, the threat is specific just to the West Indies, which aside from preliminary matches will be hosting the entire Super 8 knockout stage, the semi-finals and the final that's slated to take place on the 29th of June. These matches will be held across as many as 6 venues in the West Indies. That includes Antigua and Barbuda, Barbados of course, Guyana, St. Lucia, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Trinidad and Tobago. These are some of the venues that hosted the last T20 Men's World Cup in 2010. That's the last time that West Indies hosted a T20 Men's World Cup. So each venue poses its own share of security threats. The logistics of it all seems too daunting, especially for the West Indies that are a group of islands. The security statements will entail massive crowd management, perimeter control, proper surveillance. Unlike tournaments held in a single location, this decentralized format is also a factor that only compounds the issue instead of simplifying it. The International Cricket Council stepped in to try and assuage, calm everyone down in a combined statement with Cricket West Indies. The ICC said a comprehensive security plan is in place.
We work closely with authorities in the host countries and cities and continually monitor and evaluate the global landscape to ensure appropriate plans are in place to mitigate any risks identified to our event. We want to assure all stakeholders that safety and security of everyone at the ICC Men's T20 World Cup is our number one priority, and we have a comprehensive and robust security plan in place.
Security concerns or terror threats in the beautiful Caribbean is not new. The group of islands have grappled with such challenges in the past. Back in 2019, a hoax threat was sent targeting the Indian cricket team that was touring the West Indies. BCCI, or the Board of Control for Cricket in India, had received that scare, which stated that the Indian cricket team was in danger. Last year, in a tragic incident, a man was shot dead next to the hotel where the England cricket team was staying while they were touring the West Indies. It was during their T20 series. In fact, it isn't a burden that just the West Indies is currently experiencing. Security threat has been one of the biggest concerns plaguing international cricket. Reason why many top cricketing countries have been unable to host ICC events or even bilateral series. One such prime example is Pakistan, a cricket-loving nation that was largely deprived of hosting international matches for more than a decade. Back in 2009, when the Sri Lankan cricket team was attacked in Lahore, the incident, of course, sent shockwaves through the world. Certain other countries who will be part of the World Cup, like Afghanistan, do not have a sporting culture that is all too welcoming anymore since the Taliban regime took over. So terror threats have been a concern that cricket has been dealing with for a while now. It is also interesting to point out that this particular threat sent to the West Indies comes at the heels of news surrounding security concerns at the Paris Olympics, a mega sporting event that is scheduled to take place right after the World Cup. This will be towards the end of July. And there are reports that the opening ceremony itself could be shifted owing to these security concerns. That threatens to derail the smooth functioning of the Games. At a time when the world is getting more and more polarized, these are ironically one of the biggest challenges standing in the way of sporting excellence and, of course, the running of such mega events. It looks like, of course, a few nervous weeks that's heading our way as we inch closer to the T20 World Cup.
Firstpost puts the spotlight on Africa. We report from across the continent, rewriting the narrative. Stories of hope and progress. Amid coups, conflicts, and climate crisis. The challenges are many, but so are the opportunities.
Trying to do what benefits the majority of citizens.
Tracking the world's second largest continent. Launching soon. Firstpost Africa.